guys, thank you for joining me with Arts for You today. We are going to be doing our first project in a series of 20 lesson plans from art around the world. And we are going to be starting with cherry paintings and cherry blossoms, which originate from Japan or other Asian countries such as Korea. So we're going to be starting out with that, and we're just going to be doing a painting and using a different kind of mode of doing that to make it a little more interesting. So I hope you guys are able to follow along with this one and the next couple that we're going to be doing this term. So what you're going to need for this project is a pencil, a piece of paper, a paintbrush. You just need one. It's for mixing colors. You're going to need a clothespin, a cotton ball, and then a paper plate or anything just to mix colors on. And then you're going to need your paint. So you definitely need white and red because we're going to be mixing to make pink. But if you have pink paint, you can use that as well. And then I have brown and black for our cherry tree. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to think about what you want this to look like. So we're going to be doing a cherry blossom painting. So that means you're going to need either a branch or a couple branches or a whole tree. So it's up to you to decide. And you're just going to sketch that out. So we're going to start with the branch of the tree, whatever you decide. I'm just going to do a tree, but it doesn't have to be very specific or detailed. We're just doing a quick sketch because the main focus of our painting today is going to be the cherry blossoms. So right now you're just going to draw something to give your tree something, to give your blossom something to hang on to. So this is the time where you get to use your creativity. Make sure you have lots of branches. You could look up pictures of these beforehand or just wing it, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I just have a quick outline of my tree. It's very, very basic, not super detailed. And we are just gonna take our paintbrush and we're gonna go ahead and just paint that. So you can either just do it in black or brown, or you can get a little more detailed and add the bark and other shades and colors on it. Up to you guys. So I'm just gonna take my paintbrush. We're just gonna do this really quickly. All right, guys, so if you have your tree painted, here's mine. You can see it's definitely not very detailed, but I made sure to have lots of branches around that I can put my cherry blossoms on. So next we are going to start mixing our blossoms for our paint. So cherry blossoms stand for renewal because they come in spring. They recognize the coming of spring, but they also represent short life because they come very quickly and then they die very fast. So they just represent the shortness of life as well. But they're a very popular attraction in Japan and South Korea, places like that. So people from all over the world come to see it, and they have a lot of celebrations in honor of it. So it's a super pretty sight to see if you guys ever get to see it. But if you've ever seen cherry blossoms before, they are pink. So we are going to be mixing lots of pink shades today. And a shade is basically just when you add black to a color to make it darker, and a tint is when you add white to a color to make it lighter. So we're going to be messing around with shades and hues and tints, and hue is just the color. So I am going to just start out with my red and my white. I have a little more white than I do red because that is a more prominent color, and it will you need less of it to make your pink. So you're gonna need one lighter shade of pink and one darker shade of pink, which means you're gonna need a lot of white in one color and more red in the other one. I'm just gonna mix it with my paintbrush. I have it here. So there, I made one, and then I'm going to make my darker one, so I need a little bit less white for that one. I'm gonna add more red in it. All right, so we have our lighter pink and our darker pink, and some extra red here in the middle. And instead of using a paintbrush for this project, we're actually gonna use our cotton ball. Make it a little more fun. So we don't wanna get paint on our hands. Make sure you spread out the cotton ball a little bit, but not too much. You don't wanna pull it apart. You're gonna take your clothespin and you're gonna just grasp the end of it. Make sure you have enough, and you're going to start with your darker color. So you're just gonna dip the cotton ball into your dark color, and you are going to just dab it onto your paper. So just wherever you want. And then, like, my cotton ball is falling apart. If it does, that's fine. Just move your paper clip around or your clothespin around, and you're just gonna dab it over the tree, all around where you can, and make a super fluffy, abstract looking cherry tree. All right, and then when you have as much as you think you want, so this is mine, my cherry tree so far, we're gonna do the lighter pink color. So I'm gonna repin it because my cotton ball is kind of falling apart. And we're gonna just dab it into the lighter color, and it is okay if the colors mix because we are just going to be dabbing it on top of the already dark pink colors there, which means that it's gonna overlap, it's gonna create some different shades, some different hues. So now you can just practice dabbing it around on your tree or on your branch. You can dab it falling down on the trunk, so it looks like there's blossoms falling to the ground. So whatever you want your picture to look like, completely up to you. This is a very abstract and very free and loose project. All right, so now I have my cherry tree with my light and my dark, and that is all that is required of this project. You have your tree, you have your cherry blossoms, and we made our different tints and shades with our pink. But if you want to continue, you can always add some more details on it. You can take your paintbrush and have little blossoms falling down to the ground. You can add it in spaces where you think you need some more, or add a little more of an outline on your tree. You can also take white and put it into the middle of your cherry blossoms to give it a little more realistic look, or if you like the abstract look, you can keep it that way. And you can also practice mixing your black and your brown and make a different shade of brown, and make some bark on this. You can make some decorations, some people, whatever you guys want to do. The main thing was that you had fun using your cotton ball and your clothespin in order to try another kind of method of painting, which I think is super fun to do. So I hope you guys were able to follow along and learn a little bit about the cherry blossoms that come in the spring in Japan. Remember, they represent life, renewal, and also just the shortness of life. So just think about that as you're painting this, how quickly they come and then pass away, but how pretty they are while they're here. So I hope you guys are able to join me for the next lesson and the next couple coming after this that we'll be doing. And if you guys enjoyed this project, please hashtag us at LoveArtSphere Inc. or email us at info@artsphere.org. And we would love to share your projects that you post with us. We'd love to see how you guys are doing with this, or if you have any comments. So thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.